So I have a question about your Minecraft password, or any other for that matter. And no, I'm not asking for your password. Don't be stupid enough to put it in the comments. But is it just letters, just numbers, just a combination of the two? Under 12 characters, dictionary guessable? Do you reuse it on any websites? Do you save your passwords within your web browser? Do you allow your cell phone to be used to reset your password? Are any of your security questions on any websites you use making these mistakes? Do you break any of these rules with your primary email account? Does the email account used to log into Minecraft or anything else lack two-factor authentication? And do you use a password from an account on a website that's been breached within the past couple of years? If you are making any one of these mistakes, you really might not be as secure as you think. While password security isn't a Minecraft specific topic, it covers this community more than most, since the general Minecraft audience is so young and therefore a little bit less educated overall. If you know everything I'm about to say in this video, then all the better. If not, then I hope this will help you be more secure. So let's just go ahead and let's launch right into how to protect your Minecraft and by proxy, all of your online accounts. Let's get into it. So let's just launch right into it. First, I want to talk about what makes a great password great and talk about two different methods for making and storing great passwords. First is making your own passwords and storing them yourself. And the second is using a password manager to generate and store them for you. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. First up though is doing it yourself. So when making a great password, you need to make sure it's not dictionary guessable, it's not just letters or just numbers, and you have to make sure it uses a good mixture of both, along with maybe a symbol or two and uppercase letters as well, and that it's somewhere over 12 to 16 characters, and that you use a unique password on every single website. Mix them up in a way that works best for you. That's all the advice I'm going to give you about generating your own passwords, actually. The rest is up to you. Because if I give you an exact method for generating passwords and everyone starts using that method, then that method becomes less secure as a result. So using the previously mentioned guidelines, develop a method that's going to work for you for developing your own passwords. These rules also apply for any website or app that have security questions as well. If you have an extremely secure password on an account where the security questions only require your last name and the name of your first pet or something stupid like that as a means to reset your password, then now your account that you thought was so secure is only as secure as those really basic security question answers. You wouldn't set the name of your first pet as your primary password, and therefore you shouldn't break these rules for your security questions either. So that's how you make a single great password. Well, now you need to make a unique password for each and every website. So then what's next? How do you save the passwords? Do you memorize them all? I mean, that's certainly an option. And if you develop a system for yourself where you can memorize them all, then great. That's an excellent option. Writing them down can either be a great idea or a fantastically awful idea. That all depends on your living situation, in my opinion. I personally live alone where no one's going to be touching what's on or in my desk, so that's incredibly viable for me. However, if anyone can ever have access to that sheet of paper that has your passwords on them, then it's not viable at all. So what's next? Storing them on a notepad document on your computer? Well, that kind of has the same problem as before, except now if the hard drive storing that file is damaged or corrupted, then poof goes all your passwords, yay! And what if your house catches fire and you can't save either of these methods? Well, now both of the options are out the window, quite literally. If any of these risks are risks you are willing to take, then go for it. But I personally wouldn't recommend them for most people. I also don't recommend storing your passwords within your web browser's autosave and autofill features, especially if you log into the browser itself to sync your settings with another computer. Because now if someone logs into that browser, it'll simply download all of your passwords to that user, and now all of your passwords are once again insecure. What I would personally recommend is method number 2, using an online password manager like Lastpass or 1Password to store your passwords online. While offline password managers like KeePass exist, which store your passwords in an encrypted password file on your computer, they pose the same problem as before. Lose your computer to a fire or corruption? Well, then lose your passwords as well. You could store that encrypted file online with a service like Dropbox or something like that, but now you're storing your passwords online anyways, even if they are encrypted. So you might as well do it correctly and in a really convenient way. In the past couple of years alone, these services have gone from kind of mediocre to just downright incredible. I'm not going to give a detailed guide in this video as to how any of them work because this is not a sponsored video, but I am aware of the features of Lastpass. You only have to memorize one master password, which is the password that you log into your vault with. It has a browser plugin and a phone app with a built-in browser that will fill in username and password informations with just a click of a button, and it will generate super secure passwords for you. But one feature that LastPass has that I love that isn't all that talked about, and 1Password may have this as well, is that it will alert you to the breach of a website that you have a stored password on, and it will tell you to change your password for that website as soon as that breach becomes known. This is why it's so important to use unique passwords. If a website's database of encrypted passwords is dumped, then people can set up computers and run millions of password guesses per second on that database. And if your password gets picked out of that pile and you use that one password on multiple websites, then oh boy. And that's how I believe most Minecraft passwords are obtained by crackers and hackers. If you want to see if your existing passwords are secure, then check out haveipinpwned.com. It'll be shown on screen. It's a safe way to see if your email was in a database leak within the last decade or so. Alright, so here's my last 2 pieces of advice. Use two-factor authentication wherever possible. If you're unaware, two-factor authentication basically uses a physical device that you have with you, like your cell phone, to generate a 6-digit character that you also have to input when you log in, thus making a password something that you know, the password, and something that you have, your phone. Google makes this super simple with the Google Authenticator, and while you can also use text messages as an okay way to get two-factor authentication codes, make sure that your password cannot be reset via a text message. Linus and Boogie both had this problem recently, and Linus over at Linus Tech Tips released a great video on this. Someone called Linus's cell service provider, pretended to be him, and then got a SIM card of Linus's phone, allowing for his passwords to be reset through the new compromised phone. While this is not likely to happen if you're not being specifically targeted, it's better to be safe than to be sorry. And that about covers it. If there's anything that I didn't cover in this video, just keep in mind that when you're in doubt, secure yourself. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a rating on it. It helps out myself, the channel, and the video quite a lot. And anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.